North America. Join us as we share several years of exciting hunting action for the various big game species on the most hunted continent in the world. Come along with Jack Brittingham and friends as they take us across the North American continent in search of big game. In the Briar Lakes Productions tradition of hunting video excellence, we bring you Ultimate Hunting for North American Big Game 3. Let's join Jack Brittingham, Richie Bland, and Dennis Spence on a hog hunt at Briar Lakes Ranch in East Texas as they relive their past season's hunting for North American big game.
Dennis, when do you leave for your bear hunt?
I'm going to head out about the end of May, back up to the Peace River area in Alberta.
I thought you were going back up there to those islands off the coast of Alaska where we hunted last time. Remember where I got that one from the stump?
Oh yeah, boy, that was a heck of a hunt, but I'm trying for the color phase bears, you know, in the Peace River area.
Jack, that bear you shot off the stump, that was a unique hunt. I've never seen it done that way before.
Yeah, that was pretty neat the way we called them in, and they came from all sides. Man, what an ideal location. If we could just catch a bear in this opening somewhere here, it would just be perfect. I haven't seen a better setup to try the varmint call, but I'm gonna look around here and see if I can find a location to set up for that. It's just too perfect. Look at this track right here. These bears have absolutely been all over this thing. I guess they're after this fresh grass. There are tracks and droppings everywhere in here. This looks like a pretty good sized bear, but there's more than one bear working in here. I'd say this is about 2 days old. So far, I've seen 4 different sets of distinctly different bear tracks in here. This grass has been chewed. That's what they're after. Look, see how all this grass has been taken off? Evidently, whatever kind this is, they really like it because they've just been in here like a herd of cows. It's a perfect spot. This has just been mowed down in here. I think I'm going to climb up on top of this stump and try to give a little calling sequence. See if maybe there's not a chance I can pull something into this opening.
Although experienced at hunting coyotes with a predator call, Jack really doesn't know what to expect when he tries the same technique on black bear. Within moments, he has the answer. Judging from the gaping wound in his left foreleg, obviously the result of a recent fight with another bear, it's easy to understand why this bear appears so nervous. And within seconds, another bear appears on the scene. After comparing the two bears, Jack realizes the second boar is worth trying for. Jack attempts to distract the bear to prevent him from moving further away from where he was shot.
Dying right there. Okay, behind you, I swear to God.
Cameraman Brian Hawkins makes a discovery neither of the hunters has expected. Amazingly, a third bear appears on the scene only moments after Jack's shot. Needless to say, Jack is impressed with the success of his first attempt at calling black bear with a predator call.
Run away with my arms. I don't know that that's a sow. I think it's another young boar. Let's climb down there and see what she does. Or he. This bear needs to kind of know we're human. We're only human. Right through the heart. Not a super old boar. Pretty nice hair. Pretty nice head on him. Probably got a Pope and Young head anyway. He didn't go 20 yards and he was dead within 10 seconds, 15 seconds at the very most. The arrow took him low in the chest, had to go right through his heart, and golly, that was cool. I don't think we called for more than about 5 minutes at the very most before he came in, and we could hear him coming through the brush, and he just eased his way right out and went broadside, and I had to take the shot. It was just too perfect.
Jack, you're going to hunt brown bear again this spring, aren't you?
Yeah, I actually leave a little bit before Dennis goes on his black bear hunt.
Right.
I'm going back up there around that Lake Iliamna area.
That's where you killed that big bear a few years ago.
One of the greatest challenges a bow hunter can accept is the pursuit of dangerous game with archery equipment. Let's join Jack Brittingham as he teams up with guide Fred Sims and Fred's father, Bill, two of the best bear men in the business.
Brian says, "We having fun yet?"
All right, we're ready.
The hunters depart for their bear camp in a Piper Super Cub aircraft. This airplane has served as the primary form of hunting transportation in Alaska since its first design more than 50 years ago. Equipped with special Tundra tires, these airplanes are capable of accessing some of Alaska's roughest and most remote country. After the hunters organize their camp, they utilize the balance of the day scouting the area they have chosen for tomorrow's hunt. Excited about what they saw the day before, the hunters are up early anticipating the drama of an encounter with a big brown bear. While scouting the day before, Fred Sims noticed magpie and raven activity near a patch of distant alders. Closer inspection revealed what appeared to be the kill of a large brown bear. The hunters set off to see if the bear responsible for this kill has returned during the night. From their vantage point, the hunters find that luck is on their side as they spot an outstanding boar lying on top of his kill. A stalk is planned, and the hunters begin to move in on the bear.
Well, this is as close as we can get with the packs on. So we're getting all of our essential gear out, backup weapons. From here, we're just gonna move real slowly towards where he's at the kill, and we're just gonna chamber rounds, get ready for the worst and hope for the best.
All right, we got some cover now.
Yeah, I think maybe if we go back to the right here,
Yeah,
it looks like we can get behind that next tree and he's
Get
right
over
up there
there.
on him.
He's laying down.
After making his final preparations, Jack settles in to wait for the bear to offer an ideal shot opportunity. After waiting more than 15 minutes, the bear begins to stir and Jack comes to full draw. Unfortunately, it turns out to be a false alarm as the bear repositions without offering a shot. And the wait continues. Finally, their patience pays off, and as the bear begins to stand, his true size is almost overwhelming. With a clean pass-through of the arrow, the bear appears to react as if he has been stung by a bee. Unsure of what has happened, he turns in all directions looking for his assailant. Within seconds, the effects of the arrow become evident.
Look at that big foot.
Look at that. Look at the foot on this guy.
Yeah, he has no room. He's skinny.
Yeah. That was great, man. Thanks. Look at that. Holy cow. Well, he's got a beautiful hide, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Jeez. He got some age. His teeth are
Yeah,
teeth are worn in the back.
He's probably about a 7-year-old.
His incisors are showing some wear.
Yeah.
Jeez. Boy, was that exciting.
Oh.
Jeez, look at the head on this guy. It looks like a dead gum 5-gallon bucket. Wow. See if I can lift that up a
Tell you what.
That arrow did the job, didn't it? Whew, I was getting hot in that hat.
I'd like to get them before, well, we skin them, we'll bring them up in this higher country here.
Jeez. Yeah, if he'd have seen us, he would have come. Holy cow. That was exciting. Yeah, you got a heck of a head on him.
Pull that back. There's a couple of things. You see these big old bear, this crease right here.
Right.
And then when their neck is as big around as their head,
Yeah.
is a big bear. If they're a small bear, his neck will be skinny and makes his head look real big.
Right.
A big bear, their neck gets big, and then, you know, and it looks like the head is just part of the body.
Wrong pack. It's in the other pack. That's right.
Oh, okay.
With full loads of hide, skull, and gear, Fred, Jack, and Bill make the long trek back to their spike camp, where Jack extends his thanks for one of the most exciting and fulfilling days of his hunting career. As with many hunters, Ray Mirsky's passion for the outdoors goes all the way back to his childhood. Growing up in a small town in Texas, he could hardly wait for the next issue of Outdoor Life to appear in his mailbox. And once it arrived, he would devour the articles written about big game adventures throughout North America and other parts of the world. From a very early age, Ray developed a fascination with Alaska and the huge bears that inhabited this remote wilderness. After decades of dreaming of an encounter with one of these huge carnivores, Ray is on the verge of living out his fantasy. As his guide, Fred Sims packs the Super Cub for their journey into the Alaskan bush. Ray's primary concern is not on the large bears, but on this very small airplane. A former football player at Texas A&M University, Ray has always cast a good-sized shadow, and it's not long before he decides that this airplane was not designed with him in mind. Yet in minutes, Fred has both hunter and gear properly stowed in the airplane and ready for their hour-and-a-half flight to the camp they'll call home for many days to come. After several days of intense hiking and glassing, the hunters have finally located what they're looking for. A large brown bear has been spotted.
Right up there.
It appears as though this huge bear is settling down for his afternoon nap.
Which way is he facing?
See that white wolf right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a wolf there too.
There's a big gray wolf. Big gray wolf.
But his nap is soon interrupted by the appearance of this wolf.
His head's looking to the left.
Yeah, I see it now. Look at the size of that animal. My gosh.
Incredibly, neither the bear nor the wolf seem to be concerned about the other's presence.
They would get up for a shot?
Yeah. What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to back out, go around, because we don't have any cover right here. We'll back out and go around
That little bluff over there.
and we'll go right off that bluff.
Will that give us enough cover?
Yeah, we have enough cover if we back out.
Okay.
As the afternoon winds begin to shift, Fred and Aaron decide to take no chances with such a unique opportunity. Fearing the bear may catch their scent, they decide to retrace their steps, circling around to approach the bear from a location directly downwind of his position. Aaron Ames, Fred's assistant, an experienced bear guide in his own right, brings up the rear as they begin their stalk.
There he is, guys.
The stalk works out beautifully, and Ray finds himself closer than he ever thought he would be to the largest carnivore on the planet.
Yeah, look at Use that mound right there.
Yeah, we can get a good rest.
Yeah. Okay, he's just laying there right now. Just laying down. All I can see is the top of his head. He's got 2 lumps. See those 2 lumps right there. That's the bear. He's asleep. We're just gonna have to wait for a while.
Now in position, Ray must wait for just the right shot opportunity. And as he does so, he has the chance to study and admire this magnificent beast.
Okay, we just got to wait him out. He's just laying there. As soon as we'll just be ready to shoot.
I got a good rest here. I can see him pretty good.
It's a big old bear, Ray. Okay, Ray, he's standing up.
Yeah, I'm getting a better shot at him.
As Ray settles in behind his Remington Custom 375 Ultra Magnum, the big bear rolls up and begins to feed from a carcass he's obviously guarding.
What do you think? He's about 125?
Just perfect. Okay, Ray.
Y'all ready? Y'all back me up?
You standing up. You standing up.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
When the bear finally rises up to a sitting position, Ray sees his opportunity and prepares for the shot.
I can shoot him now. Y'all back me up?
Yeah. Shoot him again. Shoot him again.
With 3 well-placed shots, Ray's longtime dream has finally become a reality.
He's dead. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all's help. Good. Hey, like that, Buck.
Hey, you're missing one. There's still one left. Look at the claws on him. Oh, look at the white claws. See, only your real mature older bears have those white tip claws.
Well, he wasn't a digger either, was he?
Yeah, he's a killer. Look at the claws
long
on him.
claws.
Look at the beautiful hair.
Look at his belly. I mean, if they're gonna have bad hide, it's gonna be right here. They'll get it underneath their arm. You know, the armpits here. Right. This guy is absolutely perfect. Look at that.
How old is he? Can you tell?
10 to 14. Look, his teeth are in good shape.
Yes, they are.
He's healthy.
His back foot.
Yeah, Ray, just pick that foot up there. Look at that.
My gosh. Look at
What is that, Ray? At 12 or 13? Well, see, your hands are too big. You need the little guy.
Thanks for your help, Aaron.
Ray, way to go, man.
Ready? You guys are my heroes. I'll tell you that much.
Just as the articles from his childhood brought to life the Alaskan adventures pitting man against bear, so too will his photographs bring back all the memories of this outstanding hunt. Not long after Ray Mirsky had returned to his home in Texas, another hunter arrives for an Alaskan bear adventure of her own. 14-year-old Alaskan resident Andrea Gimple and her father Tom fly their Super Cub out to meet with Aaron and Fred for Andrea's first ever coastal grizzly hunt.
Well, I think we'll get up bright and early, crack of dawn, probably 5:30, and we have a good wind. We're gonna head over the hill. Those bears are just over the hill. I think they're eating on something. We're not sure what it is. We're gonna just go over there and probably try to get on top. Do a little glass, and hopefully you can find them for Andrea tomorrow.
Early the next morning, the hunters depart camp for the long hike which will take them to the top of a hill overlooking a river drainage often frequented by foraging bears. Fred's father, Bill Sims, as well as Jack Brittingham, are acting as cameramen for this hunt. As the group moves in, a large bear is spotted on the edge of the timber. And then a second bear is spotted. After examining both bears carefully, the decision is made by Andrea to try for this unusually blonde-colored bear. Once in position, Andrea waits for just the right opportunity to take the shot.
And you know what you're shooting at, right? Okay, well, when you're ready.
Stands up and just do what you could take him out. Jack, just stand up.
Great shot.
And the bear collapses in his tracks.
Jack, another shell in. Put another shell in just in case. Excellent shooting.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Just as cool as a cucumber. Probably as cold as one, too.
Probably. I can't believe how big he is.
Andrea is simply overwhelmed with the size of this spectacular animal.
Well, let's get a couple of pictures.
Dad.
Yeah.
This hot cocoa.
Over the course of a father's lifetime, he will share many experiences with his daughter from the time of her birth until she reaches maturity and begins a family of her own. But for Tom, no experience may be as unique or as memorable as this day spent hunting Alaskan brown bear with his daughter Andrea. Just off the Alaskan Peninsula lies Kodiak Island, home to some of the largest coastal grizzlies in the world, where we join Bob Fromm of California as he takes the ultimate challenge of pursuing brown bear with archery equipment. Bob's hunt will be taking place on the southwest end of the island in Dead Man's Bay with guide Tom Kierstein. The 13th bear spotted on the last day of hunting exceeds the size limitations, and then some. Bob decides to lay low for at least 15 minutes to assure the bear that no threat is present. It's 9 p.m. and the big bear has had a long day. He decides to give it a rest. It takes half an hour to close the distance to 40 yards. The huge grizzly rolls over on his side and is now facing away. Bob seizes the opportunity, takes to his feet, and proceeds to a position that will give him the angle necessary to make a clean kill. At 23 yards, the shot is still not right, so the stalk continues. The brush is funneling Bob closer to his quarry than he would like, but it's his only option. Moments get tense as the 1,000-pound-plus killing machine glares in the direction of the cameraman and guide. Bob, downwind of the bear, remains motionless and blends into the alders, waiting for the shot to present itself. When everything is right, the shot sequence is automatic. At 18 yards, it's a matter of seconds before the bear nearly runs over Bob as he passes by at an uncomfortable 20 feet. The shot is perfect. Within 8 seconds, and after covering 45 yards, the Bruin of Jurassic proportions rests peacefully.
Hey, that was great.
What a stalk. It's a huge bear.
That was incredible. That was...
Oh, man. I was trying to pick a spot where I thought his vital was, because I didn't want to hit him in the shoulder, and I didn't want to hit him too far back, obviously, on a bear that big. And I'm thinking, okay, on a normal animal, this far back might be enough, but on that thing, it's not. He's huge. He's like 10 foot or something, huh?
Oh, yeah. That's a dandy.
Well, just as I got around, I got my body squared up, and I saw him starting to get up on his front end, and just gave me the perfect angle. I just got that pin, okay, steady the pin, and smooth release. Drove it right in the perfect spot, man. Then he started lumbering kind of towards me, and I thought, oh God, was he going to run it? Because I knew I was between the brush and him, and I had a black bear almost run me over one time just trying to get away. And he went up and he flopped over right in there, not even 30 yards.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to put you, I know you got a wife and a kid and all that stuff. I didn't want you going in there.
No problem.
Tell this is a gigantic bear. This bear's Tom estimates to be 10 foot plus. It's probably 1,000 pounds in the spring. They're going to be about 30% heavier, 1,400 pounds maybe in the fall. Yeah, as you can tell, man, you can see the head on this baby is just gigantic. Look at the teeth. See these claws, they're 4 or 5 inches long, perfect shape, ivory tips on them. Man. Ominous weapon, especially coupled with these big arms. I mean, they're just so powerful. What a dream come true. I just can't even believe it.
After being officially scored for the Pope and Young records, Bob Fromm's incredible coastal grizzly was certified as the new world record, exceeding the previous record held by Alaska resident Dr. Jack Frost.
I'm just going to go up to the top of the hill and see if maybe those pigs are feeding there again. I'll be right back.
Good luck. Jack gets a good stalk on those pigs up there. It'll be just like the moose hunt that he had up a couple of years ago.
That was close, Dennis, wasn't it, to where he killed that bear? Was that up near Iliamna?
Yeah, it was. And boy, was that an exciting hunt.
One of Jack Brittingham's favorite destinations in early September is the Alaskan Peninsula. It's during this time of year when moose, the largest antlered animal in the world, begin their annual mating ritual. During this ritual, known as the rut, is possibly the best time to pursue one of these magnificent animals with archery equipment. Having just come out of velvet, the massive antlers appear almost snow white and can be spotted at great distances. By positioning oneself high on a ridge overlooking good habitat, it's possible to locate a bull and watch him until he beds down. Once bedded, the hunter can then make a stalk which will hopefully bring him within range for a shot.
Okay, I'm within. I'm 77 yards from the bull. He's bedded over here, just on the other side of this little marshy area. I'm gonna go ahead and take off my backpack here. I'm gonna leave my backpack, take off my boots, and I'm gonna try to move in. I'm gonna have to crawl from here across this marshy area. I'm gonna try to move in about another, well, if I can get another 40 or 45 yards, I'll be well within bow range. He's not alert, we've got the wind in our favor. And I think if I can take my time and move across here without him hearing me or seeing me, I think when he gets up, I'll be in prime position for a good shot. If I just take my time, I think I can get this done. Here we go.
As Jack closes in on this impressive bull, he positions himself in what appears to be the best shooting lane available to him when the bull stands up. And thus positioned, he begins a long wait. After waiting more than 20 minutes for the big bull to stand up, Jack's cameraman Bill Sims indicates the battery on their camera is almost gone. He decides to try and imitate a rival bull in an attempt to get the bull on his feet. As Bill's battery light begins to flash, a sense of urgency is heard in his call. Bill's calling quickly gets the bull's attention, and it's not long before the desired results are achieved.
Jackie just plugged that thing. You can see the arrow in.
Jack is simply amazed at the sheer size of this unbelievable animal. While finding it difficult just to turn the bull's head, Jack begins to realize the immensity of the job he faces in packing out the bull. With antlers exceeding 65 inches in spread and a gross score in the mid-220s, Jack feels the trophy is well worth the effort.
You see something, Jack? Right up here, there's a real nice big. You go ahead and go first. Just over this limb. He's feeding in the pipeline right away. Just focus. Go ahead. I'll sneak up with you. You see him? Yeah.
Got him. Good shot. He might have gone down right there. That hit him absolutely perfect. Right, good. I didn't ever think I'd get my arrow through there. You remember New Mexico this year that I tried to shoot at that elk?
You shot at that elk?
Yeah. And it was the same kind of stuff. There were limbs everywhere, but...
It looked like a good hit to me.
It did. I saw good. Well,
Listen. He's going down right over there. Just heard him.
He was jumping up and down like a kangaroo.
Back in the mountains of northern New Mexico, Jack is happy to once again be involved in one of his favorite pastimes, the pursuit of Rocky Mountain elk during peak rut in late September. With scenery that is unsurpassed anywhere in North America, Rancho Lobo has provided Jack and his cameraman, Cade Green, many exciting days afield chasing elk over the past 5 seasons. Over the course of this hunt, Jack and Cade have seen a number of good bulls, and with the sound of each new bugle, the hunters are invigorated in their pursuit of just the right bull. The hunters have visions of finding the largest bull on the mountain, and they quicken their pace to close the distance. Unfortunately, this time, it turns out to be a young 5x5.
He's a satellite bull, not one of the bigger ones. But he's going to be a really nice bull. That's what you call a real close encounter right there.
After a full day of hunting, Jack begins the long hike back to camp as the sun sets behind Chama Peak. Early the next morning, with many bulls still moving up the mountain towards their bedding areas, Jack tries to move from one bugle to the next and attempt to see as many of these bulls as possible. With the mountain's many folds, it's sometimes difficult to tell exactly where the bugle is coming from, and it's often necessary to move as quickly as possible in order to catch up with these bulls as they move up the mountain. Pausing to listen, Jack hears a bull moving up the ridge behind him.
There's a bull coming behind us. Let's wait. Let's go back here and set up for this guy.
And quickly gets set in hopes that the bull will pass within bow range. The bull is completely unaware of the hunter's presence and continues moving up the hill directly towards Jack. At less than 20 yards, Jack comes to full draw and hopes the slight air currents blowing down the mountain do not give away his position. The bull offers a frontal shot, and at such close range, Jack elects to take it. The hit is perfect, and the arrow buries deeply in the bull's chest.
Nice bull. Nice bull. We could hear this guy coming behind us, so we stopped, and I thought for sure he'd smell us. But heck, he came right in here to about, I don't know, less than 20 yards, and I hit him good right in here. Man, this is a good bull. This is a big bad boy. Look at the tine length on this guy. Man. Outstanding. Wow. What a beautiful, beautiful bull. This has to be the bull that Ed Cox was telling me he saw last night. Got to be a 300 point, you know, maybe 305, but he's just got excellent tine length on each of his tines. Outstanding. (10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and a half to 15 inches on the Royals. And then this back point's busted. That's only about 8, but the matching one's about 10. That's probably what he had busted off. Very symmetrical bull. Good long main beams. They kind of kick down at the end a little bit. Ah, man, that's a pretty bull. And he's not even going to be that tough to pack out. We got to just get down below there. I think several hundred yards down there, there's an old logging trail. We can get a four-wheeler too. So this is going to be, we'll have him back at camp before 10 o'clock.
Joining Jack on Rancho Lobo for what has become an annual hunt, Dennis Spence is once again on just the second day of his hunt, closing in on another bull. As Dennis cow calls, the big bull continues to move up the ridge in his direction. And Dennis begins to ready himself for the shot.
That was a good bull. I think we got a pretty good hit on him. Holy mackerel, I did not expect that. We got him to come all the way over forward to us with a cow call. Holy mackerel, I gotta stop here a minute. That was exciting.
Look at this ball. Oh, gracious. I just can't. I'm so excited I can't stand it. Oh, this is one beautiful bull. Look at that. Oh, gracious. I can't believe this is by far the best elk I've ever taken with a bow. Folks, I just tell you, this is the thing that makes bow hunting so exciting, to get an animal like this, to get up close to him, to get personal with these animals, to make the shot. Oh, I just, the words can't describe something like this. Look at this, look at the size of the bases of his horns here. My gosh. And ivory tips, isn't that just beautiful? You can see where he's been working on the trees. He broke off this tine. What a beautiful animal.
Dennis's excitement is certainly justified by the taking of such a spectacular bull. Early in the bow season, Jack Brittingham's friend Brian Hawkins paid a visit to Rancho Lobo in northern New Mexico for an elk hunt of his own. With perfect weather conditions, Brian and ranch manager Cade Green cover lots of country and get in on many different bulls. Then, when they least expect it, this unbelievable 6x6 is spotted moving through the aspens. When Cade cow calls, the bull responds immediately. And at the first opportunity, the two hunters quickly get set up for a shot. Cade picks up a limb and begins raking a tree to simulate the sound of a bull thrashing a tree with his antlers. And a large bull wastes no time coming to investigate.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Was that close enough for you?
That was.
How far was he?
I can't believe that worked. I don't know how you did that. I do not know how you did that.
10 yards.
He wasn't even 20 yards. Yeah, he was right there.
10 yards.
This is the greatest moment of my life. Thank you.
Even with excellent shot placement, Brian's bull was able to run up a steep ridge as he raced away from the scene of the shot.
Clean past him, all the way through him. All the way through him. Whew. He can't be far. Blood trail started out. It's getting better though, Brian.
I can't believe it didn't break off.
Right through there. Right through there. Antler.
Oh, God!
He ain't moving. He is not moving.
He's down. Go see your bull, man.
Golly. I ain't believing this.
Whew.
Oh, man. Dan, I tell you what, thank you for the best day of my life. Look at that. Look how thick he is.
Beautiful bull. Brian, I love this bull.
What do you call these now?
Royals, and they're 20 inches long.
I like it. I like it.
I love this bull.
6x6.
God almighty.
Oh, man.
Boy, he came in.
I can't get over this.
Perfect.
Look at that. Look at his height. I mean, he's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animal. I just can't get over it. Chama, New Mexico, Rancho Lobo Bull Elk.
He is a beautiful bull.
After 3 consecutive years spent chasing elk each fall in the mountains of northern New Mexico, Brian has finally fulfilled his dream of taking a mature bull elk with his bow. And what a magnificent bull it is, scoring more than 320 Pope and Young points. Brian's bull is more than he had ever hoped for. When John Larker came from his home in Florida to hunt the mountains of northern New Mexico, he didn't really know what to expect. But as the first rays of the sun struck Banded Peak to the west, and John began to take in the beauty surrounding him, he knew his trip was already a success. Not only was the scenery spectacular, elk were plentiful. Keeping his confidence level high as he hunted with his guide, Stan Shipman, with more than 8,000 acres of prime habitat ranging in elevation from 7,700 feet to almost 11,000 feet, there was no shortage of areas to hunt. One of Stan's favorite locations for an afternoon hunt is this inconspicuous brush blind, which is located on what is known on Rancho Lobo as the Honey Hole. The large meadow surrounded on all sides by prime bedding areas is a favorite afternoon and evening feeding location for the elk, which inhabit Rancho Lobo. And it's not uncommon to see more than 50 head of elk over the course of an afternoon hunt. By mid-October, the elk rut is tapering down, but the bulls are still bugling, and John's excitement level is high as he listens to one of nature's greatest sounds.
See if we can't get us a bull. One bugling back over that way. Okay.
There's no greater motivation in trekking up the steep mountain slopes than the sound of an elk's bugle. For a hunter, it's almost as if this sound causes the brain to release a shot of adrenaline into the bloodstream.
You hear that bull? He's bugling back down in that bottom. Well, he's long ahead towards him.
Oftentimes, when a hunter thinks he can go no further, the sound of a bugling bull is all that's needed to get him moving again. As the hunters close the distance, they first spot a cow.
Looks like there's a calf with her. Yeah. That's a calf. Yeah.
And then this breathtaking bull. With a well-developed 6x6 rack and spectacular royals, John Larker knows immediately that this is the bull he traveled to Rancho Lobo for. Within seconds, he has the bull in his sights and is ready to take the 200-yard shot.
We're gonna shoot him. Get him. He's all right.
He was following those cows right out. Stan seen the cows come out and told us to get down. We got down. The cow and the calf went on through, and then here comes the bull. And the bull stopped. He looked back to see if we had everything ready. I was telling him, it's time for me to kill him. He said, let me get him. Because I knew I knew that's the one I was looking for right there. I could tell it. That was a no-brainer.
Way to go, man. Way to go.
This one probably broke off
I
here.
think he broke that one a
Come
little
out
bit.
just a little bit more, huh? Yeah, he's a good one.
I'm glad you held out.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm held out now. I'm glad I waited. Yeah, I could have took something a little smaller, but I'm glad I held out for this nice one here.
Got a nice frame. Good bull, sure enough. Sure glad you got him, and I know it was getting tight.
Oh,
Getting
man.
tight for you, but you did good.
Yeah,
Real good.
this is good.
Worked out good.
Good bull, really.
Think you'll be all right right here when nothing
Yeah,
get him?
no, nothing's gonna bother him. Grab your rifle there and we'll head on to camp. Get a little help, come back and we'll get him out.
When Rob Morshell traveled from his home in Houston, Texas to hunt elk in northern New Mexico, he came prepared both mentally and physically. Like many others, Rob takes his hunting very seriously. He spends a great deal of time in the off-season both perfecting his rifle's accuracy and practicing at extreme distances. And now, after several days of hard hunting, all of Rob's preparation is about to come into play. Over the many days that Rob and Ty spent together traversing the mountain trails of Rancho Lobo, they saw many impressive elk. One of the most impressive bulls they saw was this tremendous 6x6, who had unfortunately broken off the majority of his left antler. Had this bull's rack not been broken, Rob may have had a tough decision to make.
Let's go work these other balls real quick.
But as it was, the two hunters pressed on with their hunt, and at times found themselves literally surrounded by elk. Even before the sun has cleared the horizon, Rob and his guide, Ty Green, are in position on the largest bull elk Rob has ever had within rifle range. As he and his guide talk over the antler characteristics of this beautiful bull, they both quickly agree this bull is too good to pass up.
That's a good one, no doubt about it.
As Rob rolls into a prone position behind his Remington 300 short-action Ultra Magnum, he finds he's able to hold the crosshairs of his Swarovski scope solidly on the point of the bull's shoulder.
Yep, that's the one we want right there.
It's 323.
Confident in his ability to make a clean kill, Rob prepares for a shot on the largest bull elk he has ever seen.
Real dark horn, real ivory tips.
And drops the bull in his tracks. At 323 yards, Rob's shot could not have been more perfect.
I think that's a good deal right there.
As Rob makes his way to the downed bull, it becomes evident just how long his shot actually was, as it takes a considerable amount of time to make his way across the canyon.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. What a great bull. He's got great mass, great G3s, great G4s. A lot of character in his eye guards. He's all I could hope for and probably even more. What a great hunt, great scenery. Saw an unbelievable amount of elk and this just worked out perfect for us. He's just a great bull, appears to be very mature and it was a great hunt, great northern New Mexico bull.
Carl Kurz of Houston, Texas, traveled to northern New Mexico, filled with high hopes of taking his first bull elk. On the third and final day of his hunt, Carl and his guide Ty Green set out early to overlook a meadow in hopes that they'll catch a bull moving back up the mountain to bed down for the day. From their vantage point high on the ridgetop, the two hunters spot a promising 5x6 bull crossing the meadow. Having never taken an elk before, Carl was hopeful that this hunt on Rancho Lobo would be an experience to remember. Even with his hunt winding down, Carl elects to pass on this promising young bull. As the evening is nearing an end, and with time running out on Carl's hunt, the action begins to pick up with the sighting of several cows feeding out into the meadow, and followed closely behind by a good bull elk. The hunters quickly decide that this is the bull for Carl and quickly devise a strategy to get in position for a shot. With the light fading fast, the two hunters skirt the outer edge of the meadow to try and intercept the bull. Finally, the hunters catch up with this huge 6x6 bull. And Carl readies himself for the shot.
Popping.
Carl quickly chambers another round and prepares himself for a second shot.
He stops, hit him again.
Hit him.
Hit him again, right behind the shoulder.
The shot is good.
Second.
Carl,
hold on.
He's going down.
He's down. I'm sick, guys. He's down.
Carl.
Good job, Carl. That first shot was a good shot. It was right behind his shoulder.
You hit him perfect. That's the way to pump it to him.
I've done a lot of whitetail hunting. I've never worked so hard for an animal in my life. I'll never be more proud of an animal in my life. This is the ultimate big game hunting. Oh, thank you. What a bull. Unbelievable. Beautiful. Look at this little non-typical right here. Oh, I love that little sticker there. These little knobs working right here.
Yeah, started. Look at that. He had all kinds of stuff going on. These thirds are amazing. Massive. Look at that length. He's all rough, gnarly. Comes up, man, nice ivory tips. But his fishtails look beautiful. I mean, I never saw this. Never saw that little non-typical right there. Palmates right here. That might be scoreable.
Carl's elation and excitement is certainly justified by the taking of this spectacular 6x6 bull.
What a bull, what a ranch, what a guide, what a hunt.
I think he went right through here. Let's just go back through there. We'll pick up the blood. We'll pick up the blood. I bet you he'll get on this trail. There he is right there. Slip over this way and get it right in his shoulder. Yeah, right through there. There he is. There you go. Nailing. All right. All right. Good shot.
Put him down. Woo. After that first shot, I never thought we'd find him alive, but these things are tough.
These hogs are tough.
Must have been hit a little low or something on the first one. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Well, we've got him now.
Let's go check him out.
That's a big, big pig.
This is going to be
nice hog.
As far back in here as we are, this is going to be harder to pack out than Brad's caribou was.
Oh, yeah. There's not a road anywhere near this spot right here.
That hog's he's a little bigger than I thought he was.
Yeah. Look at the tusks on it.
This is a good hog.
Look at the tusks on that. Open that mouth up.
Well, I'm not sure he's dead.
Look at those tusks.
You got you a good one there.
That is a great one.
That is a dandy.
That's cool.
Well, thank you.
Go, man.
Good fun. Good back straps.
We've got just enough time for another one.
Let's go try it. Let's make a round.
Okay.
As we join Brad Sievers in northern Quebec, he's just being dropped off by helicopter ahead of a large migration of Quebec Labrador caribou. Both he and his cameraman, Jason Huntsman, are thrilled with the anticipation of what promises to be a virtual wildlife spectacle. Few sights are more impressive than the steady stream of animals that continue to pass by during the caribou migration which occurs each fall. As the hunters watch the departure of their camp's helicopter, not a caribou is in sight, but they know it won't be long before the first animals begin to appear. With helpful insight from their guide, Wayne, an ambush site is chosen, and the hunters prepare themselves for what promises to be an action-packed day afield. In perfect weather conditions and fresh snow covering the ground, Brad readies himself, and it's not long before the first caribou begin to appear. This bull, with an exceptionally wide spread, has great bez points and long main beams. However, the lack of points coming off the top of his main beams makes Brad's decision to pass him an easy one. Brad is amazed by the number of animals streaming by in front of him at very close range, totally unaware of his presence. As a fight breaks out between two rival bulls, Brad decides the closer bull is just what he's looking for. With an excellent hit at 39 yards, Brad knows his bull won't go far.
Got him.
Looks like a good one.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Good shot.
Spot. Good
Yes.
spot today.
He's not gonna go very far.
Good looking bull.
Great shot. Yes.
Yeah.
Good looking bull for sure.
Double shovels.
Yes.
Good besses.
Right.
You know.
Nice bull. Nice bull. Definitely.
Oh man.
All right. Way to go.
Thanks. Thanks. Good besses. Double shovels.
Yeah. Two nice back points. Yeah. Nice animal.
Nice animal. You know, he looks good. I'm gonna a little short on the top, but everything else looks really good.
Yeah. Very pretty.
Beautiful animal.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful animal. Look at this.
Very nice.
As far as you can reach your hand, you know, and the shovel. That's neat.
A lot of mass to the main beam, though.
Yep. You're gonna get this extra point here.
Very nice animal.
That's a
Very nice.
Thanks.
Animal.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Talking about tough pack jobs, didn't you tell me that Rocky Mountain goat you killed was pretty challenging?
Well, Jack, it was supposed to be a one-day hunt. That's what I was prepared for on the mountain that day. Ended up staying 2 days, so I didn't have food and water. And I get altitude sick real easy. I didn't have my altitude medicine. Ended up missing a goat at about 70 yards. The wind was blowing hard, you know, left and right, and that's where I missed him, just right by his shoulder and off to the left. And
yeah.
Then finally got on a pretty good one and made a stalk without my cameraman. Left him back a couple hundred yards behind me, and he had the goat on camera real well.
So your cameraman wasn't with you; he was like 200 yards away.
Yeah,
oh,
but he did a great job. He stayed on the goat, and I slipped around on the edge of this ridge, and I could hear him walking on the backside of the ridge.
Yeah.
And I just listened to his footsteps, and I eased up, came over that ridge.
How far?
10 yards.
Oh my God. 10 yards.
But he went and laid down. He laid there for a few minutes, and then he started rolling. And he fell forever. He rolled and he rolled and he rolled.
And that's what made it such a tough packing job.
Well, yes. I was going to be cute, and I was going to walk down the edge of this glacier where the ice had cut into the rocks, so I could get down to the same level where the goat was and walk over to him. I was too sick and dizzy to go down all that shell and come out at the angle.
Yeah.
I slipped on the ice, and I swear I went a half mile. Down that glacier. Jack, I don't even have a photograph of me with that goat at the kill scene.
Oh,
but the neat thing was, when I got through sliding on that ice, and I thought I was going to die the whole way, I looked way back up, and of course my guide had made it to the goat, and he gave him the signal that he hadn't broken his horns off.
Oh man, that's
so
great.
I knew I had a record book goat.
Speaking of goats, did you see that speed goat that Steve LeBlanc shot in New Mexico?
Dennis, actually I hadn't seen the hunt, but I heard about it.
I tell you what, that was what I've heard is the best shot I've heard about in a long time.
Was it a bow hunt or a gun hunt?
No, it was a gun hunt, and he shot it running it about 300 yards.
Over the past 25 years, Steve LeBlanc has dedicated a large portion of his life to his love of hunting. Although Steve has vast experience in hunting a variety of wildlife species native to North America, one of his favorite pursuits is pronghorn antelope. After having taken many top specimens of this unique animal, Steve has once again teamed up with one of the very best antelope guides in the business, Tony Grimmett. Tony's knowledge of the best locations for truly outsized antelope spans the geography of several states. On this particular hunt, Steve and his guide, John Grimmett, are in southwestern New Mexico, on a ranch where several giant bucks have been seen on scouting trips prior to the opening of the season. And as the New Mexico season only lasts 3 days, Steve and John are covering as much country as they can in their attempt to locate one of these exceptional pronghorn. Using his Carl Zeiss 20x60 binoculars, Steve is able to get a close-up view of each buck's horn characteristics as they move through the wide-open habitat. In the early fall time frame during which the New Mexico antelope season occurs, rutting activity among the antelope is just kicking into high gear. This works both for and against the hunters. Although the bucks are preoccupied with chasing the does, this activity also makes them more difficult to pattern and tougher to stalk. Finally, after looking over more than 50 different bucks, Steve and John have located one of the impressive antelope seen during an earlier scouting trip. The hunters used the vehicle to circle around downwind of the group of antelope in which the large buck is busy chasing does. As this group they're about to stalk is located just over a small hill, they have an opportunity to close the distance without being spotted.
Let's go. Ready?
But as they move in, they are spotted, and the target buck begins to run. Steve swings his rifle well in front of the running antelope and makes an unbelievable offhand shot.
That's it. Nice shooting, Steve.
Oh man, yeah, we got
Good.
it. Oh, man.
Offhand.
Friend and cameraman Brad Sievers is obviously impressed with Steve's excellent shooting ability.
All right.
Great. Man.
Great buck.
Man. All right, John. Woo, thanks, man. Oh, baby.
Good shot, Steve.
Jeez, look at that. John, what do you think? I think he's better than 16.
Oh, yeah. He's looking real good. Those are huge.
He'll probably score 83, 84, 85 Boone and Crockett, I think.
This beautiful buck, measuring 17 inches in length with excellent cutters and good mass, scores 84 gross Boone and Crockett points. Due to the buck's excellent symmetry, there is no question he will exceed the 82-point minimum necessary to qualify for the all-time records of North American big game. Steve and his guide, John, are understandably pleased with both the quality of the trophy and one of the most memorable shots Steve has ever made.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
As we join Trevor Brittingham and his father Jack, they're once again teamed up for a hunt, this time at Rancho Encantado in South Texas. Jack and Trevor have been hunting for several days for a huge white-tailed buck known as Juba. Although the hunters have seen this buck once over the course of the last 3 days, they continue their vigil in hopes that Trevor will get a shot at this unbelievable buck with his bow. On the third morning, many deer appear within easy bow range of Trevor's tripod. Jack watches from 50 yards away in an elevated tower blind. Trevor's camouflage is seemingly perfect, and with favorable wind conditions, none of the deer seem to be aware of his presence. Trevor remains motionless as deer feed literally within yards of his stand. Trevor watches as this outstanding 2-year-old buck passes within easy bow range. But Trevor knows this buck is years away from reaching full maturity and is not tempted. Suddenly, the deer becomes nervous and a doe begins to snort back in the brush. The reason for their concern becomes apparent when this huge bobcat saunters into view. Knowing Trevor will have a difficult time of drawing his bow without the big cat detecting him, Jack tries to distract the cat by simulating the squeaking sound of a mouse in distress. At 26 yards, Trevor's shot could not have been more perfect.
Oh, man. Look like I caught him right at the tip of the shoulder. He's going to angle toward me. That's going to be a good shot. I mean, he won't go very far.
Right. Woo! Man, you nailed him.
That was awesome.
That was just outstanding. Now tell me this. How do you hit a bobcat at 25 yards and yesterday you missed a deer at 20?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
See, I've never heard of bobcat fever, but definitely heard of buck fever, so I think that's happened to most people.
Man, that was cool.
I don't think there's a whole lot of people that get a chance to miss a bobcat, though.
Need to go through right here somewhere. Oh, look, cactus is not.
Oh, yeah.
There. Look at the blood. I mean, you couldn't hit him and be perfect.
Let's see.
That's yeah, that's broken over there. Look at that big chunk he knocked off. He broke the heck out of that.
There he is, right here. Jeez.
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
What a trophy, Trev. Look at the head on that guy. That is a heck of a bow trophy. I'm telling you what. You've got lots of big deer, but I tell you, that's a special trophy. Man, it's a good sized cat too.
Yeah.
Oh, what a perfect shot. Look at that, man. If every one of your shots could be like that, that would be something. Look at that. Little leopard. Looks just like a little leopard, doesn't it?
Yep.
Look at the eyes on this guy.
Yeah.
Man, that's intensity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, tell me, was he distracted when I was squeaking?
Yeah, he came out and almost started looking at me. And then he started squeaking. He didn't know exactly where it was coming from. He started looking down the other way on the road.
And that allowed you to draw?
Yeah, he didn't pay any attention to me anymore.
Man, look at the teeth on this guy. I tell you what, they say they don't mess with deer, but I'll guarantee you this guy could take any fawn he wanted. It's just like a little leopard.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna make a heck of a mount. I will be happy to life-size this guy for you. Look at the foot on this guy. Look at these claws. They're just razor sharp. Wow.
That could...
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a trophy.
Jack began taking Trevor with him on hunts at the tender age of 3 years old. Over the last 14 years, they've shared many hunts together, and Jack has watched as Trevor's skills as an outdoorsman have continued to improve. But Trevor's ability to maintain his composure in the face of such a rare opportunity as that presented by this bobcat have truly impressed Trevor's father. And Jack is thrilled to have been a part of such a unique experience. Although Trevor and Jack will share many more hunts together, this is one hunt they will never forget.
How about that? I tell you what, guys, this has been
That's a pretty good day of pig hunting.
We did good. We did good, but then again, we always have fun. I tell you
Tough
what,
conditions.
we still got tomorrow.
Jack Brittingham and Briar Lakes Productions would like to thank you for joining us for Ultimate Hunting for North American Big Game 3. We hope you've enjoyed this production, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting hunting action in the near future. Until then, don't forget to pick up a copy of our other feature presentations. Jack Brittingham's Buck Fever 4, Volumes 1 and 2. Once again, our extremely high standards regarding trophy quality and whitetail hunting excitement have been met. Join Jack Brittingham and friends as they take you over the shoulder on 30 heart-pounding hunts from Pennsylvania to the Trophy Triangle of the famed South Texas brush country. You'll gain valuable information on scoring, aging, and rattling, as well as witness the taking of some truly world-class whitetails. Be in the stand with Jack Brittingham as he arrows this massive 219-inch East Texas buck. A new level of whitetail hunting excellence has arrived. Jack Brittingham's Buck Fever 4, Volumes 1 and 2. Jack Brittingham's Ultimate Hunting for North American Waterfowl 2. Join Jack Brittingham and friends as they begin the waterfowl season in Canada for heart-stopping action on Canada geese, as well as mallards and pintails. Next, the hunters move south in pursuit of lesser Canadas and a variety of ducks in Oklahoma and Texas. Over 40 hours of raw tape was shot to produce 90 minutes of waterfowling magic across North America. You will be thrilled by the variety of settings, good dog work, and fast-paced action that is a hallmark of a Briar Lakes Productions waterfowling adventure. Jack Brittingham's Ultimate Hunting for North American Waterfowl 2. Jack Brittingham's Quest for African Big Game, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. More than 10 years in the making. These 3 productions represent the highlights of Jack Brittingham's African hunting adventures. Join the video team in South Africa as they take a diverse bag of plains game with bow and arrow. Come along with Jack Brittingham on a thrilling elephant hunt in Botswana and go over the shoulder with the Briar Lakes cameras as we travel to Cameroon, Ethiopia, and Central African Republic in search of some of the most elusive and sought after of the African big game trophies. You will see some of the wildest places on the African continent and experience the thrill of the hunt, just as if you were there. Jack Brittingham's Quest for African Big Game. Check out the entire Briar Lakes Productions video catalog, along with hunting tips and articles from Jack Brittingham at www.jackbrittingham.com.